What's up, Earthlings? Hope all of you are well. My name is Muhammad and I go by Alpha Spotting on social media. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a professional photographer and I do videography too, but I don't really consider myself a videographer as of yet. So I'm making this video a little bit of a raw video to share a little bit of my story, and I turned my passion into a business very successfully, but it came at a heavy price. So yeah, I'm making this video to tell you about that price that I paid. I know that a lot of you, even until today, message me that, hey, I want to quit my job and do photography, videography, whatever. And that's great. There's still a big industry for that, but it comes at a price. So the story began, I think it was early 2015 or maybe 2014. That's when I got my first camera, the Nikon D3200. And then later I won a competition from Nikon that I got the Nikon D5500 with an 18-55. If I didn't win that competition with Nikon and I didn't get that decent D5500 camera, I honestly don't think I would have made it as a business photographer. So thank you, Nikon, thank you so much. I love Nikon, I love the camera, and I love the brand, and I love the people who manage this brand in the region and around the world as well. So yeah, I graduated high school, I think, in 2016, and I had nothing to do. I didn't have intentions of going to college, so I had a camera and I wanted to turn, that dream that, oh, I want to be a photographer and taking picture and making money. I think a lot of people had that dream. I made that dream into a reality. I'm not bragging about it, that's why I'm making this video. So, what happened? I got out of high school, I didn't have any money. I had my parents, but unfortunately at that time they were both simultaneously. They just had a very bad, shall we call it a shitstorm? Financially, I think that would be the proper terminology. So they couldn't really help me financially in any way. They couldn't invest in me in any way that I wanted in terms of like gear and photography, because like I said, I wanted to be a photographer. I was aspiring for that. So one day, after like 2 weeks of graduating high school, I was just like sitting there, just absolutely doing nothing. I'm like, F this, I'm a good photographer, I need to start. So what I did, I got a note and a pen and I went on Instagram, and what I literally did, I went onto hashtag #myDubai. For those of you who don't know, I live in Dubai, so I went into a hashtag #myDubai and I wrote down 20 Instagram profiles that I thought could use new pictures to improve their social media presence. So I wrote down 20 names, and all of them had their WhatsApp number in there as well, so I wrote their WhatsApp number. So I messaged 5 people first. Put a little small pitch, hey, I'm a photographer, would you need some photography, improve your business, social media, blah blah blah. The first person I messaged me back, said, yes, I need a photographer, can I call you? And that's how I got my first ever gig, and that actually turned into a full-time job for about 7 months. And I did do photography for them, but mostly I did operations. I was the operation manager. I was the only one in the operation, so I gave myself that title. Anyway, that was 7 months of torture. Torture may be a bit too strong, but it wasn't a good time. Very difficult time in my life. That was not the best job, but hey, I didn't have any other offers, so it was illogical for me to refuse that job. So I did it. I learned a lot during that time, mostly about things that I didn't want to do or didn't want to be. So I learned a lot of bad stuff that I don't know if I'm using the proper words here, but anyway, I learned things that I don't want to do as a business and as a person there. I'm not trying to make that people that I work with sound bad. They're good people, don't get me wrong, sort of, but yeah, anyway, I'm not gonna dive too much deep into it. So after that, I quit my job for 7 months. I think that was, yeah, I quit my job February of 2017. And I quit that job, and again didn't have a single penny because I didn't receive my salary. I don't want to get into that. That's like a whole different subject. But anyway, there I was, absolutely no penny to my name, and all I had was my camera, the Nikon D5500, and an 18 to 55 kit lens. I remember that one time when I was in the metro, I had 5 dirhams with me, and I put that on my card so I could go home using public transportation, using metro, and then I was thirsty, and I looked through my backpack everywhere, and I didn't have a single penny to buy water for myself, and I was very thirsty. Yeah, that's something that I would never forget. Anyway, fast forward. So I started freelance photography February of 2017. And I knew what I was doing business-wise. I had a plan in my mind, and that plan worked. On how the plan was how to get more business as a freelance photographer. So yeah, I marketed myself a lot on Instagram. Social media was sort of my niche, and I was able to leverage Instagram to get a lot of business. Even until today, I would say that almost all the jobs that I get, one way, indirectly or indirectly, is coming through Instagram. So 2017, first year of me being a freelance photographer. It was mostly building myself, building the name to myself, to establish myself as a photographer in Dubai and in the region. So I really didn't get a lot of business in 2017, which was my first year as a freelance photographer. So very, very difficult times, I think you guys could imagine that. 2018, things started to improve, but still I was struggling on a daily. Every other day I was broke. You guys might be asking yourself, well, you had your parents there, and yes, but I really didn't take money from them. It wasn't any symbolic thing like, oh, I don't want any money from you or anything like that. I just wanted to give them space to rebuild themselves from their financial crisis. They were doing okay, by the way, and they are doing great nowadays as well. But at the same time, yeah, it was sort of an independent thing, like, oh, I don't want money from my parent, I want to work for it and earn it and make myself stronger. And that's what happened, and that's what I did, and I achieved that. So yeah, I took money from my parents here and there if I really needed it, but for the most part I didn't take from them. And whenever I took money from them, it was like 100 dirhams, like maybe once a month, like $30 once a month is what I took from them, just like not more than that really. I didn't even need more than that, but anyway, 2017, building my brand as a name and to establish myself as a professional photographer. 2018, I started seeing some success, some good success. I was making it wasn't great, but like I said, it was still going. And 2019, which was last year, I made it. Like, yeah, I made money. I made good money. I traveled a lot in 2019. I traveled to 6-7 countries. My Instagram was popping, and 2019 was the best year of my life. I made, God bless, I made good money. I made very good money. I'm very satisfied with myself and what I've achieved. Even in 2020, we're currently in March of 2020 at the time of recording this video. And things, even though we're currently living in a COVID-19 pandemic, things are still looking good. Actually, all of my jobs for the next month has been cancelled. But anyway, we're drifting off point here. Now, let's start with how it killed my passion. I think you guys can put it together from what I said so far, because 2017 to 2020, sorry, to 2019, photography was a business for me. Of course, I did it a lot as a passion too. Of course, I went as much as I could outside to photograph, to take pictures, to create Instagram content, to create videos, etc. but nonetheless it did affect my passion. Every once in a while I remember how, like, I get a glimpse per se of the passion that I had back in 2015 when I was doing photography and not as a business. And I will never be able to regain that passion. You take my word for it. That passion that you had when you started photography, the process of taking a picture and editing it and posting it on Instagram, and you will never regain that passion if you start doing it as a business, a serious business. You will never be able to regain that, trust me. Every once in a while I remember that feeling, but only for like a minute, and then it goes. That feeling goes. And you remember what you lost. The price that you gave to be a professional in turning your business into a professional, turning your passion into a professional business. And that kills you creatively. Maybe like 40 to 50% of the jobs that I do as a professional photographer require zero creativity from me, and that kills you creatively. Once I had a job that spanned over 2 weeks, and I was doing a campaign, and they wanted me to deliver pictures. So yeah, first day of shooting, I went there and I took pictures, and then I edited them. And when I was editing the pictures, I was doing it with absolute passion. I edited this beautiful picture and I was very proud of myself for that picture. It was a very nice portfolio worthy picture. And the client got back to me, said, yeah, we want to edit the picture ourselves, so you just take the picture and just give us a JPEG, not even the freaking RAW, and we'll do the edit of myself. I'm like, what the f***? This is such a nice picture. I'm very proud of myself for this picture. Like, I would add this picture to my portfolio. You want to edit this to yourself? F*** you. You're not be able to edit as good as this, never. And they did not. They edited the picture on Snapseed on their mobile and they looked absolutely shit. Please excuse the bad language that I'm using, but the point that I'm trying to make is that killed me inside, because I edited this fantastic piece of work and they just walked over it. And that, I don't want to say that didn't piss me off, that just disappointed me heavily. Yeah. And ever since last year, more like mid 2019, I constructed a plan that this is killing my passion too much, and that I would slowly want to transition out of being a professional photographer. And I want to do social media more and try to leverage my social media into creating a income stream for me, so that I would no longer need to do professional photography to not kill my creativity and my passion more than what I have already done. So yes, this was a bit of a long video, but the gist of it is that business killed my passion, and I no longer wish to be a professional photographer. To do it as a business, and I will slowly, I like constructed a plan for myself that in about 1 year I would quit, or at least minimize my what's the word I'm looking for, my dependence on getting gigs, photography gigs, you know, to do events, to do real estate, to do lifestyle, because those are the stuff that I mostly get jobs from. So I don't want to do more of that. I want to do more social media stuff, not like as an influencer per se, although that can be one revenue stream, but like YouTube, selling my content on stock agencies and selling my own products, which I've been struggling a little bit with for different reasons, but that's a whole different video. But what I'm trying to say is that I want to build myself multiple income streams to support me, so that I would not need this to do professional photography and videography. Because even when I do videography, it kills me, because I'm a photographer, I'm a passionate photographer, I'm not a videographer. But I also do some videography here and there, and whenever I do videography and I edit that videos, it taunts me. I don't like it. It bores me, it kills me, I don't want to do it. And whenever I'm doing it, I'm like, F this shit, photography is a passion, it's my passion. whenever I travel, it's the best because traveling is the furthest thing away from business. Like, you go out, you edit how the fuck ever you want it, you shoot what the fuck ever you want, and yeah, it's very freeing. And post it on Instagram, and people tell me whenever I travel, like for example last in January I went to Taiwan, and the photos that I took in Taiwan, my friends who were actually with me when I was traveling, like they were mind blown at the pictures that I was taking, because I was taking it from the heart. It was my passion. I wasn't doing it for business, I wasn't doing it for anyone else. Actually, the trip was sponsored by Taiwan Tourism, but Taiwan Tourism gave me the freedom of creativity, absolute creative freedom. I could do whatever I could deliver whatever pictures that I wanted to post on Instagram. So yeah, thank you Taiwan Tourism, you guys are fantastic and I absolutely love you guys. And if you're watching this video, let's plan another trip to Taiwan because Taiwan is amazing. Excuse my language once again. I'm gonna bleed. I believe I said a lot of F words here. Yeah, bit of a long video, but if you want to be a photographer, videographer, and turn your passion into a business, like I said, know that you're gonna pay a heavy price and that you're not gonna love doing what you're doing right now anymore. Thank you guys for watching. This is the end. Please give it a thumbs up and please share your comments down below if you have the same feeling as me or whatever. Just leave a comment. I just want to get more engagement on this video. But yeah, if you have any questions, drop them down below or email me or message me on Instagram, whatever pleases you. And yeah, subscribe to my channel. Follow me on my Instagram, I guess, Alpha Spotting. That's the name. Thank you guys for watching. Alpha out.